Hi guys, so this practice is called a little wake me up yoga session if you're very sleepy in the morning. It basically doesn't allow you to get on the floor and go back to sleep. So it's a little bit more of a high energy, short practice that you can do in the morning. So you're going to stand with your feet hip distance apart. Lift all the toes up. See if you can try and spread them out and then plant them back down onto the ground. And then rock your weight into the front of your feet. Your toes take all your weight. Hover the heels and then plant the heels back down. Weight going down through the center of the heels. Going to do that one more time to wake up the feet. Lift the toes, spread the feet, plant the toes back down. And then all the weight goes into the front of the feet. Hover the heels and then plant back down through the center of your heels. From here, you're going to have a nice soft bend in your knees. Push your feet into the ground as you reach your arms out to the side, overhead. Keep the knees soft as you fold forward, just going as far as you're comfortable. You're going to breathe in as you press your hands into your shins and lift up halfway. So it's like your trunk is parallel to the floor. And then breathe out as you fold forward. On your next breath in, you're going to come all the way up. Reach the hands overhead. Bring them down through the center of your body and then place your hands on your hips. From here, if you're not at the top of your mat already, which I amn't, step to the top of your mat. You're going to shift your weight into the right leg. Push down through that right foot all the way through the toe, center of the heel, and slide the left foot back. From here, we're going to come up into our high lunge pose. So we're going to pop our hands on our chest and our tummy, press ourselves back so our shoulders are over our hips. Then you're going to inhale, lift the arms up, leading with the thumbs. Pull those thumbs back. Keep your gaze and your chest looking straight ahead, and then turn the arms so the palms face forward and pull the arms back a little bit more. Make sure you stay nice and strong to your head, trunk, torso, so you're not collapsing into your back. You're staying tall. And then we're going to think about pushing the hands down, keeping the arms straight as we hinge forward from our hips. Think about reaching the arms back, palms are facing up towards the ceiling now. Think about lifting your breastbone slightly. You're not going to let that upper body round. So you're keeping loads of length through your spine and you're just folding at the hips. Then from here, if you feel comfortable, interlace your fingers or keep your hands separate if you prefer, and you're going to straighten up from the hips. If you're comfortable, lift the breastbone up and lift your gaze up. So a little extension, which will make it harder to balance, so only add it in if you're comfortable. Then bringing the breastbone and your gaze straight ahead, bringing your hands back to your hips. You're going to push off the back foot and it's not going to rest fully. So just hover on your left toes to keep your balance. Push down through the center of that right heel. We're going to try and activate the right leg before we do our child's pose. If you can't feel your right leg, think about tugging the right hip back into the hip socket, standing nice and tall. Pushing into the right foot, all of the toes and down through the center of the heel. Then take the left foot against your shin or your thigh, whichever you feel comfortable with. Press your hands together in front of your chest, feel your shoulder blades hug your back. Keep grounding down and pushing down through that right foot, and then reach your arms overhead. Palms face forward, pull the arms back. And you're here for 3 breath cycles, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose or mouth. Every time you breathe out, focus on the sensation of your foot planting down into the ground. Then lower the foot, lower the hands, give your right foot a little shake out, and we'll repeat on the other side. So lift the toes, then press down into the toes, float the heels, and then push down through the center of the heels. Have a soft bend in the knees, and as you inhale, reach the arms overhead. Keep the knees soft as you fold forward. Use your breath out or use your next breath in, sorry, as you press into your shins and lift halfway. And use your breath out to fold forward. On your next breath in, you'll come all the way up into standing. So doing it at your own pace. Bringing the hands down through the center, placing your hands on your hips, you're going to shift the weight to the left leg now. Imagine headlights on your hips and they're pointing straight ahead. If the left leg doesn't want to work, they'll tend to point off to the right. Slide the right leg back behind you and plant the toes into the ground. And then we're going to straighten ourselves up from the hips. So our head, shoulders, and hips are in line. You're going to inhale, lead with the thumbs as you bring the arms up. Turn the arms so the palms face forward, pull the arms back. Maybe this is just comfortable for you. You'll stay here for 5 or 6 breath cycles, or if you'd like to move through it a little bit more, press down through the hands. We're all hinging at the hips and reach the hands back nice and long. Check in on that foot that's supporting you. Make sure you've got a nice bit of weight through the big toe and down through the center of the heel. Make sure the foot isn't turning out to the side. Interlace your fingers behind your back if it feels comfortable. We're going to straighten from the hips, coming back up so the shoulders sit over the hips. Here to challenge the balance, lift the breastbone and your gaze. And then release the hands. Place the hands on your hips. Push off that back foot. And the right foot's going to come up beside the left, but you're just going to use it for balance, so just your toes. We're going to get that left leg working. Have a look down at it and make sure the second toe is pointing straight ahead, so you weight through the toes and the center of the heel. Place your hands on your hips. Tug that left hip back if it needs to, so that your hips are pointing straight ahead. And then from here, place the right foot either against your shin, or you can keep the toe on the ground, or against your thigh. Whichever one you've chosen, focus on pressing down through the left foot and then standing real tall. Bring your hands to the center of your chest, hug the shoulder blades against your upper back, and then reach the arms up. Palms are going to face forward, pull the arms back. Stay nice and strong with head and shoulders over hips and pressing down through that left foot. 3 breath cycles here, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose or mouth. Every breath out, focus on planting that left foot down into the ground. Then release the right foot back to the ground. We're going to finish having a look down at your feet. Lift the toes, spread them out, plant them down, hover the heels off the ground, all the weight in your toes, and then plant them back down. Pop one hand on your breastbone, one hand just above your belly button, and line yourself up so your head and chest and hips are all one over the other. You're going to take a nice deep breath in through your nose, down deep to the bottom of your lungs, and you'll feel that lower hand move. And then a nice long breath out through the nose or the mouth. 2 more breaths here. Then lower the hands, give everything a little bit of a shake out, and you are ready to start your day, hopefully.